The athletes you are about to see on Phenomenal Elite Wrestling are highly trained professionals who have spent years mastering their craft. Every maneuver, stunt, and performance is executed under strict supervision and with safety precautions in place. We urge all viewers, especially younger audiences, to never attempt to replicate or perform any of the moves seen on this program at home, school, or anywhere else. Stay safe, enjoy the show, and remember, leave the wrestling to the pros.
Introducing first. Making his way to the ring.
Speed Demon, Edgar Adams, who's had his problems with the cause over these past few months. You're going to face a real demon here, the leader of that group, making his return to P.E.W this evening at Bangers.
Real opportunity here for Edgar Adams to put all of that to rest, start what could be an ascent for himself, if he can make it past this man.
And introducing his opponent.
Did you miss me? He asks. Man who was...
Foolish question, I agree. Foolish question, of course we did.
A man who's brainwashed several young wrestlers to join his cause. We know what the cause is. It's to advance the career of H. Hood, nothing more.
See, that was a good line for you back in the day, Dave. But the reality of the situation is currently members of the cause are making waves throughout P.E.W. 40, the current internet champion, doing H. Hood proud.
It is true that a member of the cause, as you say, 40, has got championship gold here in P.E.W, but I think that annoys H. Hood because the only man who Hood believes should have all of the gold here in P.E.W is himself.
Well, he's back to prove that point tonight. I mentioned it was a big if Edgar Adams could make it past H. Hood.
I assume that was a glare, was it you, not me?
And that glare was there was gratitude in that one looking at me. So one looking at you, realise you were about to spout your nonsense about H. Hood once again. Meanwhile, the bell has rung.
Hood and Edgar Adams. Interesting that there are no other members of the cause out here at the moment. We know, of course, that 40 is in the building after a successful retention of the internet title earlier on, and that rhymes, that sign, as well as being factually accurate. I love it.
Hood is
no good.
No good. Right. Let's see what they've done there. Inventive.
Hood at the best of times, pretty humorless. I'm sure he won't have seen the funny side of that crowd sign. These two circling each other. Well, Hood is already, after a long time away here from P.E.W, already getting back in the faces of the fans. You think absence would make the heart grow fonder, but maybe not.
Not here. Essington has their favourites. H-Hood has never been among them, but H-Hood has never needed to be among them to make his point known.
Hood is just a bully inside that wrestling ring. Adams refusing to be bullied, which is the exact approach you need against someone like Hood. The referee wants Hood to get back in the ring here. Come on. You're here to wrestle, you're here to just put your body through the ropes here.
The real test is going to be whether or not Edgar Adams can not let that get to him. In the past, he's struggled to take full advantage of his incredible speed, his agility, his prowess in the ring, and get the job done. He's got all the makings of a fantastic superstar, fantastic wrestler here in P.E.W. Just can't seem to get the job done.
All right then, saying that, he's had victory over Tyler Adams at Full Circle back in January, if you remember. A couple of tag team matches since then for Edgar Adams as well, but I don't think Edgar Adams will be among those. All right. I was going to say, I don't think Edgar Adams is going to be among those who is pleased to see H-Hood back, not very many of those people anyway.
But if you were, that's been put to bed. What did you do? What did you say to him?
Anyone who'll try and bully, he'll just try and do it. You look at him sideways, he'll do the same to you, I promise.
He's never had a problem with me. I'm a people person.
I'm not sure he knows you exist. If he did, he'd try and steal your lunch money, I can promise you that. Hood just trying to escape to the bottom rope here. A few times now that Hood has gone to the bottom rope or through the ropes to save himself.
Smart strategy, trying to cause a break in the action, a break in the flow, not allow Edgar Adams to build up that speed that he's known for.
And certainly breaking any sense of rhythm that Adams could attempt to establish, but I'm not sure whether that's strategy or just cowardice on the part of Hood. Maybe he knows he can't out-wrestle Adams, or maybe not. Look at that, there's a very impressive headlock takedown.
Yeah, I mean, you can throw a lot of things at H-Hood's feet, but in the ring, between the ropes, he's fantastic. He knows what he's doing.
And again, though, it's the aggression on the part of H-Hood that is real strength. He will just put so much venom, so much bile behind everything he does. Look at that, the shoulder block. Just giving the sense that he's trying to just knock his opponent into next week, just for daring to even enter the ring with him.
Looking to have a little bit of showboating there, but Edgar Adams said absolutely not. And now, we're in the position that Edgar Adams likes the best.
Hood, undoubtedly in incredible shape. We said that about Franco Fate earlier. The same is true of Hood, who's been away for a while and has come back looking better than ever. He rolls to the outside here.
Edgar Adams got to be careful not to let this really get to him. You can see he's not taking his eyes off H-Hood.
But this isn't the kind of match that Edgar Adams wants to wrestle, and I think it goes to your point, Dan, about Hood trying to just cut off the rhythm here. If he can keep this methodical pace, then it's all to the advantage of H-Hood. This isn't what he wants, though, because Adams trying to come off the top rope where he's very comfortable. Hood slowing it down by sending Adams ribs first into the edge of the ring and then sending him after that into the ring post.
And that's exactly it. H-Hood is something of a ring genius. He knows his strengths. He knows the strengths of his opponent. And crucially, he knows how to undercut them. He knows how to use those to his advantage, to take those away, to take away what is good about Edgar Adams and use that to gain the upper hand, which he has right now.
So the thing with Hood is sometimes you see him being very technically adept, but also when it comes down to it, just a street fighter, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. All fists. A few forearms.
Uppercut right into the jaw of Adams. Going to get on top of him for the cover. He'll get a 2 count. Again, you just see that constant chip on the shoulder from Hood, looking exasperated, annoyed that Adams dared to kick out. Hood, the first ever internet champion here in P.E.W. Desperately wants to get back into championship contention. I'm sure he is one of those who's got his eyes on the P.E.W world title. That title on the line immediately after this match tonight, by the way. Last man standing tonight between Jack Selstrom and Smashing Mike.
Huge match that's going to be.
Hood being a menace here to Edgar Adams. Adams just danger turning blue here. The windpipe, I think, was just cut off there as Hood just forcing him throat first into that middle rope.
Pulling the rope back on himself, driving his elbow into the back of his neck, really cutting off all of his airwaves.
Just a meanness, a nastiness to everything H. Hood does in that ring.
Edgar Adams really needs to find a way back into it because at the moment he looks well in over his head. H. Hood, man, driving all the air out of him, going for the cover.
What a senton. He got all of that and then almost got him the 3 count. Close to there for H. Hood. You say Adams needs to get back into this, but there's been very little of this match where you would say that Adams has been in this.
I mean, your words, not mine, Dave. Say them to his face. But yes, exactly.
But again, that's exactly how H. Hood likes it. He likes to dominate matches from the very beginning. Doesn't give his opponents any space, any kind of opening to get back into this. Just likes to be on top of them from the get-go. Here he comes again. Oh, man, what a strike that was in the corner.
Adams is just reeling here.
Adams, he can't even stand up. Edgar Adams can't even stand up.
Thankful in the corner to hold himself up.
Hood's going to come at him again. Edgar Adams might not have long left in this match unless he can find an answer to this problem very, very soon. Hold on, it's over the top here. Adams, has he got enough left to get any kind of offense in? No.
That's it.
The big boot, that might be it. Hood with a cover and a kick out from Adams, but
trying to build up a little bit of momentum there, and he couldn't quite get the breath to do it, couldn't quite get the momentum to do it.
It might just be delaying the inevitable here.
Yeah, I mean, all due respect to Edgar Adams trying to stay in this fight. Sometimes you've got to know when you're beat.
Hood with a strike. You heard the thud, the impact there between the shoulders. And he's going to go for the, was it the Hood hammer? And he does it. Well, I will call it because Adams escaped. There's a clothesline. I could call this all day. Clotheslines here from Edgar Adams.
Needs to find his composure, really take advantage of this break in the flow of the match.
Adams finding a lease of life here. Look at the speed of the speed demon. What a takedown from Adams. Where has this come from?
That's that speed. He just needs to be able to find a way to build it up, and H. Hood has been cutting it off. But now, the tide might be shifting.
Drop kick gets Hood into the corner. Edgar Adams finding a route into this somehow. Got lifted up onto the apron, landed on his feet though. Adams, everything he's touched him turned into gold in the past minute or so.
H. Hood down to the mat, finding his way back to his feet, but meanwhile...
Here comes Adams. Great hang time on the crossbody for Edgar Adams. Gets him a 2.5.
A long stretch of this match where I was counting Edgar Adams out. Seems to be finding his feet, rather finding the air.
And that in itself is impressive to have weathered the storm for so long here, Edgar Adams, and to still have this in him. That is a sign of real talent, I think. But Hood trying to somehow make sure that Storm can revisit Adams. The elbows to the back of the head.
This is it. Look, I mean, Edgar Adams' talent has never been in question. What is in question is whether or not he has tenacity, and maybe so. Oh, a hard kick to the side of H.Hood's head.
How crucial was that Adams escaped the power bomb? That allowed him to get the kick. It allows him to get the cover now. It's the critical cover. It nearly was before that left shoulder came up for H.Hood.
Just took that too long to crawl over. And that is, again, all of the energy, all of the air being driven out by H.Hood. Didn't allow him to take full advantage of that kick.
Adams, though, knows he's onto a winner here at the moment. And it's an unlikely situation for him to find himself in, given how the first few minutes of this match went. But Adams climbing to the top here. Adams looking for the double foot stomp over, maybe the frog splash. He likes to hit the frog splash to win his matches, does Adams. What is he doing here? Adams has gone down.
Oh, I see. Trying to play H.Hood at his own game. H.Hood couldn't see what was going on.
Oh wait, he's caught him here. Small package from Adams. Hood got outsmarted. He doesn't like that.
Not at all.
That time he got the power bomb. The power bomb. Almost power bombing him through the canvas. He still kicked out, did Adams. And that, wait, look who's here. Look who's here. 40, the internet champion. One of Hood's disciples in the cause.
Hood calling for the jackhammer. I don't even know if Hood knows that 40's out here, to be honest with you.
40 is, yeah, now he knows. Hood telling him it's fine, I got this.
Edgar Adams wriggling out.
Well, Hood ends up colliding with 40. 40 was more of a hindrance than a help, and Edgar Adams just pinned H.Hood. Well.
Well, that's something you don't see every day. Miscommunication in the cause. H.Hood unaware that 40, his disciple, had made an appearance at ringside, clattering into 40. And Edgar Adams, after going to play possum earlier on in the match, trying to play his own mind games against H.Hood, takes full advantage, rolls up H.Hood, and gets the victory tonight.
Hood is arguing the point here. As you say, it's not something you see very often, this miscommunication in the cause, but you've got to say, it's pretty funny when you see it.
I don't know if I found it funny, but I found it effective. I'm going to say I'm impressed with Edgar Adams today. Really showing a level of ring awareness and a capacity to try things out.
Hang on now, 40 is begging for forgiveness here from his leader. Hood clearly frustrated, didn't ask for the assistance of 40 by the sound of it. I'm sure there were some instructions to come out here if Hood was in trouble.
I had a conversation with H.Hood earlier on, trying to figure out what the situation, what he's been thinking about since he's not been here. Yeah.
Walking out here. Hood just not even acknowledging 40. There is trouble in paradise by the sounds of it when it comes to the cause.
I mean, this is kind of what he met me with. I asked him a question and he just sort of gave me a look and walked away.
Hood is clearly, distinctly unimpressed with the actions of his protege, which ultimately, let's face it, cost him the match here.
Absolutely.
Against Edgar Adams.